Alright, let's see here. Testing. Testing. Cool. Okay, so hopefully the audio is a little bit better. I found that the noise gate that I had set up for my other... I did this with all the visual filters and stuff that I was using on my webcam, but I did not update my sound settings, which was part of the problem why my volume was so inconsistent. I think the noise gate was being overly aggressive and also causing a little bit of the tin can effect. So hopefully this audio is a little bit better. But we're going to start with a Supreme Cube Phantom draft. Alright, so let's start off with a Supreme Vintage Cube. So I want to see if Storm is more or less viable in this format. I also don't know if what do you call it? If you can get duplicates or not. So we're going to find out together. I am going to take Wheel of Fortune because I think the card is very strong, and I kind of want to take Everflowing Chalice. Gilded Lotus might be a better pick there, but Everflowing Chalice can come down early. So, I mean, I probably should take like the Burn or Liliana or something, but I'm not going to. Oh, you know, well, we could take Sheldock Isle. Sheldock Isle is pretty strong. No, I like Wheel of Fortune and Everflowing Chalice because they both kind of fit in the same deck. Alright, second pack, we can get duplicates because there was a Nahiri the Harbinger in our first pack, and now there is one in our second pack. And there's a Tolarian Academy and a Seething Song. The only problem is if I don't find a Storm win condition, I'm drafting all mana and nothing else. Well, let's go for it, shall we? Alright, in this pack we've got... let's see, there's a Palancron. I like Mana Drain. Ashiok is very good as well. Lotus Bloom is good in Storm, but if I'm going to play Tolarian Academy, I want artifacts I'm actually going to play. I'll take Mana Drain, and I think I'll take Ashiok. I could take Prismatic Vista as just fixing no matter what color I'm playing. That might be better, but Ashiok and Mana Drain are both very strong. I'm going to take those two, and then we're going to kind of like solidify on colors here in the next little bit. Okay, maybe I'm not playing artifacts because I'm not getting past any. Noxon, welcome. How's it going? If we want to play Control, I can take Library here. That's probably better than whatever Storm nonsense I was planning. Hull Breacher. If an opponent would draw a card, except the first one they draw on each of their draw steps, make a treasure instead. That is very strong. There's also a Polluted Delta. Library is definitely strong. Hull Breacher is too. Oh, did you? I was going to try and draft Storm because my first pack had like Wheel of Fortune in it, but we're going to take these two cards, I think, and probably go the Storm route as well. Frost Titan, Mind Twist, there's an Orzhov Signet and a Watery Grave. And a Teferi. Well, we are definitely blue-black. I think that much is certain. Would I play this off-color Orzhov Signet because I do have Tolarian Academy? Probably. But Frost Titan is such a good win condition. Mind Twist is also quite reasonable. There's a Worn Power Stone here too. I think I have to take Watery Grave. Just because that's going to be really good fixing for us. Mind Twist is kind of sweet if we do get more cheap artifacts, because we have Tolarian Academy to like ramp it out really quickly. This is really weird because I have to draft this I'm not used to seeing these cards in this format. I'm gonna take the Signet and the Watery Grave, I think. I think those are the safest picks for us in specific. There's a Lotus Petal, which does work with Tolarian Academy, kind of. There's also a Daze, which is very strong. Tinker, but we have no Tinker targets and nothing to really Tinker right now, though we do have we have several cheap artifacts. We could take Bloodstained Mire as a way to get Watery Grave and a potential way to splash for Wheel of Fortune or Seething Song. Hey, Tarek, how's it going? I'm going to take Tinker and Daze, and we're going to see if we can get something huge to Tinker into. I like Ponder. We're not playing Ravages of War. Narset seems good. We do like Narset and Ponder here. Memory Jar is probably not playable, unfortunately. Alright. Ooh, Hymn to Turok and Polluted Delta and Consecrated Sphinx. We do need a way to win the game. Consecrated Sphinx is definitely that. That's nice. Work is actually kind of putting us in crunch time for a couple of things, and I'm slightly upset about it. And so I'm finally glad to be off today so I can stream and just kind of like shut my brain off of work for a while. I think I do want Polluted Delta. The question is, do I want him? Him might be hard on the mana. Maybe I just take Consecrated Sphinx here. Mox Pearl and a Dimir Signet. There's also Tendrils and Ponder. We could take another Ponder. That's probably not good. I think I am going to take Mox Pearl because we do have Tolarian Academy. And I'm going to take the Signet as well. There's Emrakul, but we don't have a way to cheat out an Emrakul. I don't know if we can ramp that high. And I'm glad to be here. Sundering Titan is a kind of good Tinker target. Probe could let us know if the way is clear. We're not probably playing red for like Pestermite Twin. Wormcoil is another decent thing to ramp into. This is better than Vintage Cube El Masadri, potentially. This is Vintage Supreme Draft with Vintage Cube packs. So it's like Vintage Cube, except you can get duplicates. Oh my gosh, Mox Jet. You get like Mox Jet and is it Signet? Or maybe like Top. I think I'm going to take the Skydiver and Mox Jet. Yeah, it's always first pick, and you get 2 picks from each pack. Another Mox Pearl. Maybe at this point I do play Storm. If I could find a Storm win condition. So we can take another Signet. I wouldn't mind a Gush. I also wouldn't mind another Watery Grave. But we really only have black for Ashiok. Okay, and this pack we have not a lot, actually. There's Revoker and Tassiger. We could take Hero's Downfall just to have an answer to on-board stuff. Could get Oracle in case of Brain Freeze, that's true. We could also just take Kozilek to, you know, if we get Brain Freezed. Because I don't think we're taking any of our other cards here. Okay. Dark Slick Shores is nice. So is Dark Petition. Geist of Saint Traft is pretty sweet. So is Venser and Cloudskate. I don't think we're going to... we're probably not playing Storm at this point, even though we have 3 Moxen, which is just awesome. Dark Petition potentially is like a Tinker backup, I guess. I have to start taking action because I think the correct pick here is Riftwing and Venser. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Man. There's a Dark Ritual and a Gush. This is not a Lion's Eye Diamond deck. Shark Typhoon is kind of funny. We could take the other Signet as well. We could just, like, Tolarian Academy all the way into... Wait, Sphinx for Tinker. Sphinx of the Steel Wind? Oh, yeah, no, there's Sphinx of the Steel Wind. We do have white Moxes, so, and an Orzhov Signet. So I actually kind of like Sphinx. The question is, would I take Shark Typhoon, Dark Ritual, or Simic Signet in addition? Probably just Simic Signet, because we don't actually play that much black. I guess I could take Gush, too, to try and help get through the deck quicker, or, like, reload after playing a bunch of 0 drops. Signet's better? Okay. There's a Channel. There's a Thoughtseize. I actually like Thoughtseize here. Commit to Memory is nice. It's a draw 7. It's a counterspell. We have Repeal, but we don't have any blue Moxes, so it's not like a free cantrip. I think we definitely take Thoughtseize. And the question is, are we taking Commit to Memory, Repeal, or Emrakul? I think we already have like a big Kozilek. I think it's probably better to take like Commit to Memory. Time Twister, Soul Ring, Time Warp. Is Memory for Narset Hullbreacher too cute? Maybe. It might be. Man, and there's Jace the Mind Sculptor. Well, we're definitely taking Time Twister. Because just playing out 5 Moxen and then draw 7 is really good. Okay, I've got a feeling we're going to be playing a lot of this format because it looks absolutely bonkers. And I'm going to take Soul Ring Time Twister because more artifact ramp. Why not, right? Why wouldn't you? Another Mox. And last pick... Oh gosh, I don't even know. Mind Twist? I think we take Mind Twist. Because just like turn 1, 5 Moxes, Mind Twist your hand away is good, right? It's just like, what is this format? We have a few big ways to win the game. We have some interaction. I'm just gonna go with... Yeah, I'm gonna go with this. Okay, let's see what we're playing here. Quadramox. Quadramox Soul Ring. Oh, jeez. Yeah, we have Tolarian Academy, so, like, it's crazy bonkers. I don't think we're playing Seething Song or Wheel of Fortune. I did not get the Izzet Signet. All of the Moxen are just lands at this point. So I only need to cut, like, 2 cards. Maybe 3. Hullbreacher and Time Twister seems great. Maybe I don't play black? Although Thoughtseize does seem very strong to me. We could just, like, splash black for Mind Twist as a win condition. Skydiver seems unnecessary, and so does Oracle, actually. Then if I cut, like, 1 more card, we're just good to go. Consecrated Sphinx seems kind of weak. Words I never thought I would speak in my life. Maybe I like. Wow. The more I look at this deck, the more excited I am about it. Maybe we don't need Commit to Memory. Although I do like the other Draw 7 effect. With this many signets, do I need that many lands? You know what? I'm gonna do this. Do I need to play Library? Probably not, because I'm in the only dump my hand play. And I'm gonna have a ton of islands. As far as actual lands go, anyway. Sort by converted mana cost. And then I think I need one more island. Yeah! Alright. Quadramox Soul Ring. Oh, this deck does look dirty. We had the opportunity to draft a Tendrils and more Storm cards, but I wasn't sure how many times they would pop up. And so with this one, I was like, I'm just going to take whatever I know is powerful. And I think we've got some powerful stuff. It's not my birthday. Oh, man. Noxon, thank you for cheering. 500 bits. Much appreciated. That is a large amount of support for my channel. You're a wonderful human being, and everybody should know that. Like, look at, just like look at this. The more I look at it, the more it's like setting in for me that this deck is nuts. You forgot to get me something for my birthday. It's not my birthday. Oh man. They keep wishing me a happy birthday. I don't know what to do. I've actually had I don't know any other Twitch personalities, but I've actually had a couple of my like friends in real life who have come up to me and been like, "Do they wish you a happy birthday every stream that you do?" And I'm like, "Yes, it doesn't stop. It just never stops." All right, let's do this. Let's see how crazy this deck is versus what our opponent is doing, I guess. And watch our opponent have something that's like even more bonkers than this. I think the only way that this deck could have been more crazy than it is right now is if we only had on-color Moxen. Like, if we had Mox Sapphires and Mox Jets. If that was it. I think that's the only way this deck would be even more nuts than it is right now. I wonder what the, like, high roll for Vintage Cube, Supreme Vintage Cube is. Because, like, theoretically, you could have Power 9 in every pack, right? You could just have, like, 10 Black Lotuses be your mana base. Hey, Kefka, how's it going? Alright, we get to play first. That is of critical importance. Unfortunately, no Moxen. I'm actually going to mulligan that hand. Alright. I can actually, I think, work with this. I'm going to keep, we're going to put back an island. And I'm going to start by probing my opponent. I was going to say, this is almost like just a straight up vintage deck, not even like Vintage Cube. Start by probing. Opponent has Mox Pearl, Mana Drain, Island, Force of Will. Alright. Ponder. I think we can play an Orzhov Signet this turn, and if I draw Consecrated Sphinx, I can actually play it next turn? Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4... Oh, Orzhov Signet doesn't tap for blue. So we're going to put them all back and then shuffle. Alright. Pass the turn. See what our opponent plays. Island. Mox Pearl. Soul Ring off the top. That's pretty good. We draw Daze. So, play a Swamp. Play Mox Pearl. Play Mox Pearl. Pass the turn. And we are a Mox away... No, this is an 8-drop, not a 6-drop. I was thinking, I have 2 Sphinxes in my deck, and it's throwing me. Opponent plays a Steam Vents, untapped. Ancient Grudge. That's just dirty. No fair. My opponent is also doing unfair things. Alright, play an island. We're going to kick this twice. Alright. Pass the turn. Opponent plays an island. So they have hard cast Force of Will through Daze right now. We untap and draw Polluted Delta. Play Polluted Delta and pass. Well, this is awkward because the first 2 things we cast are going to get countered. Opponent plays a mountain. Passes. I'm going to fetch up Watery Grave. Untap. We draw Island. Play an island. That's 5. I could cast Sphinx, but my opponent can definitely just mana drain that, so I'm going to wait. My opponent just keeps playing lands, menacingly. Okay, we draw Mind Twist. That is a must-answer kind of problem. So we just Mind Twist X3. Opponent mana drains. They still have Force, though. They get 4 colorless. They can't use it. Nice. We untap. We draw Simic Signet. Play the Signet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's fine. Pass the turn. Opponent suspends Ancestral Visions. We untap and draw Narset. So, play Narset. It's not my birthday, Kefka. This is a hard cast Force. Okay. So my opponent has an Ancestral Visions, which is ticking down. Well, I guess we have to just test and see if they have any more counter spells. Thought sees them. 1,682 candles. It's like a raging inferno on top of a now like charred piece of caramel instead of an actual sugar frosted cake. That's right. Are you scared of the Thoughtseize? You can't do that. That's illegal. You can't just use my own Thoughtseize against me. They're gonna take Sphinx now. Oh, we just got wrecked by trying to be safe. And watch them, like, not have anything else either. Oh my gosh. Opponent flashes in a Pestermite. Are they Splinter Twin? It looks like they might be Splinter Twin. Opponent is going to tap down my Chalice like a jerk. Okay, we get to see what the last card in hand is. It's also a Daze. Daze just like hanging out, being worthless. So, my opponent has one draw here. Oh my gosh, they top deck Splinter Twin. I'm so angry right now. Oh, that upsets me. Alright, let's do this. We just have to have a crazy opener. Like, a crazier opener than them. Sure, this is a turn 1 Suspend Riftwing Cloudskate, turn 2 Time Twister. I'm okay with that. We'll keep. So, we're gonna start Island into Mox Ruby. It's slightly safer because of Wasteland. It does play around Daze. It also represents Daze. Opponent starts Mountain. Into a Soul Ring. Into a Signet. Well then, that's pretty good. We draw a Venser. So play Academy. Time Twister. Force of Negation. Pitching the Mirari Conjecture? Really? You're playing this card? I don't think that's good. Okay. Well. Opponent plays an island. Cloudskate ticking down. We draw an island. So play an island. We can now play Venser. Opponent untaps. They play Grim Monolith. And Strip Mine? Oh, that's not cool. We are going to flash in Venser. What even? What is even happening anymore? I mean, we're losing currently. But, like... Alright, Cloudskate coming off Suspend. We're gonna bounce... I guess the Signet is their, like, most mana negative play. Which is horrible. Okay, we draw an island. Play Polluted Delta. We're gonna get in for 2. Opponent's deck is way better than ours, despite us having more Moxen. It's also like a bad matchup. Okay, Trinket Mage. Opponent tutors up. Don't say Walking Ballista, don't say Walking Ballista, don't say Walking Ballista. Another... multiple Soul Rings? Whoa. And I thought my deck was broken. Okay. Opponent is playing greater than 1 Soul Rings. This is the silliest format I've ever played. Okay, we got a Ponder. So start with a Ponder. Any order and shuffle. Good evening to you too. G3R6. Play an island, go to combat, attack for 2. We're playing against a Splinter Twin opponent with multiple Soul Rings, at least 1 Mox, Strip Mine, and a Grim Monolith. It's like not even real anymore. Opponent plays a Steam Vents tapped. Gets in for 2. That sucks, All Might. I am sorry to hear that. 6, so we need to get to 7. Go to combat. No, we are not on Reanimator Vintage Cube. We are playing Vintage Supreme Draft, and the decks have never been sillier. We're playing 4 Moxes, Tinker, tons of Signets. Alright, play an island, play a Mox Pearl. Cast Sphinx of the Steel Wind. Yeah, that's not a cloned Soul Ring. My opponent just has 2 Soul Rings in their deck. Alright, my opponent has a Venser. Bouncing Sphinx to my hand. We attack for 2 in the air. Home videos of my past birthdays. You know what's better than 1 Soul Ring? Any number of Soul Rings that isn't 0. Opponent attacks for 4. Takes us to 13. We untap and draw Signet. The Sphinx. Attack for 2. Opponent goes to 10. It's a problem, though, because my opponent is literal Splinter Twin. We could just die. Okay, we get a Narset Parter Avails. Go to combat. Attack for 8 in the air. Opponent goes to 2. Play Narset. Down tick. No, you do not get to keep these cards. Take Tinker. Tinker away Mox Ruby. Get Sundering Titan. We'll destroy Island, Mountain, and our Watery Grave. So no instant win Splinter Twin for our opponent. Did we get you this time? The problem is my opponent is playing more free counter spells than we are. Yeah, no, most cubes on Moto are Phantom, so you don't keep the cards. You just draft the deck and play. And this is, I gotta admit, this is fun. Hull Breacher. This is a quick Hull Breacher. It is a crazy draft format, yeah, but it's not. It's a cube-ish draft. It's drafting with cube packs. It's Supreme Draft. I don't. I think we have actually crazier starts, so I'm gonna mulligan, and I think this counts. We will keep. I'm going to put back Simic Signet because we don't need green. See what our opponent starts. Island into Soul Ring. They always got it, it seems like. So we're going to start Island, Mox Jet, Demir Signet. No, he just takes over for 6 Sigma when 6 Sigma's not here. Opponent Daze. We're going to daze their daze. They can just pay for it with Soul Ring. What am I doing? I forgot how Soul Ring works. I just... That is definitely a punt. Alright, opponent replays Island. Seems good. We draw Time Twister, so Ponder. I kind of want to draw Mana Drain, but I don't have a way to play it. So I think what we do is we put back a Mana Drain, Island, Mox. We will not shuffle. Play Mox. Pass the turn. Opponent does nothing. We draw an island, play an island. And I think what I'm going to do here is Venser. Try and Venser bounce into Time Twister. We get mana leaked. Okay, now it's time to check if they have any free counter spells. Play a Swamp. Time Twister. I could have waited till I had another blue, potentially to Mana Drain, but... That resolved? No, they have Force. Okay, that's what's happening. Opponent pitches Venser to Force. What time are you maybe doing Modern? I don't think I'm actually going to be playing Modern. This format looks like it's crazy fun. Alright, I'm gonna wait. We're gonna try and Mana Drain anything that our opponent does. Pestermite. Beginning of your next main phase. Yep. Mana Drain, Pestermite. Also, welcome to the stream, Logan. We untap, we add mana, we draw Tolarian Academy, which is just more mana. And we're going to play Sundering Titan. Which is unfortunate because we have to destroy our own swamp if it resolves. We do get to take out our opponent's island. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a Grim Monolith off of a Soul Ring. How many turns has it been since my opponent drew a land? Play Orzhov Signet. Hit them for 3. Opponent goes down to 12. Mox Sapphire. They found blue mana. Their deck is so much better than ours. It is so much better. The question is, can they beat a resolved Sundering Titan, though? I guess if they have, like, another Pestermite and can Manamorphose into, like, double red for... Let's just see what they're on. See if we can't draw something here. Wheel of Fortune, Manamorphose, Splinter Twin. That's pretty good. Okay. Expansion, Explosion. We draw an island. Go to combat. I'm glad we mana drained that Pestermite, or we would be completely boned. Okay, they have this turn to deal with Sundering Titan. They kept Island, Soul Ring, Pestermite, Splinter Twin, presumably. Oh, we got there. We did not deserve to beat our opponent. Our opponent's deck was way better than ours. But, whew. Noxon, I think those bits you cheered were lucky, so thank you. That's much appreciated. I am definitely doing more of this format, because there is just, like... Vintage Cube is my favorite format, and the reason that it is because as long as you do something powerful, you can basically do whatever you want. And I suspect that Supreme Vintage Cube Draft will get old after a while. just because there's only so many things you can do, right, that are going to be this crazy. But I think in terms of, like, just for a little bit, this is going to be, for like a couple of days at least, this is going to be a lot more fun. Somehow you always end up in Fun Police when your pals play Vintage Cube. Well, sometimes it's just be like that. That's what happens to me usually, too. I end up drafting, like, red, white, crazy Thalia, aggro. An anonymous cheerer, thank you for the 100 bits. Much appreciated. You're a wonderful human being, and I appreciate your support. Opponent starts Bloodstained Mire. Oh, your friend made a Boggles deck to get into Modern? Sounds like fun. Opponent starts Mana Vault into probably a Signet. That's a Signet. Signet into another Signet? Everflowing Chalice. Okay, well, that's scary. We untap. We draw an Orzhov Signet. So I could play it, but then I would not be able to play Hull Breacher. Yeah, I think we're going to just flash Hull Breacher. We're going to leave up flash Hull Breacher. Yeah, these early turns are very, like, nuts. It's just, like, crazy broken artifact mana. Okay, opponent takes a damage. I want to see him cast a draw spell. Oh! Oh, it's happening! Everybody, it's happening! They don't get to draw cards! And they have to put 2 cards from their hand on top of their deck. Sorry, I just peeked the mic. My bad. Here, I'm going to turn the sensitivity down just a touch. Oh, 3 treasures, and they put 2 cards from their hand on top of their deck. They time walk, though, to undo one of them. Oh, man. Okay. So they're paying mana to untap Mana Vault. We untap, we draw. Island. So, play an island. We're going to start with a Thoughtseize. Treachery. Definitely taking a Treachery. Okay, so then I could probably just, like, Riftwing Cloudskate them to put an Izzet Signet back in their hand or something. Play Orzhov Signet. And we are going to cast a Cloudskate. And I think we just bounce the Signet as the most mana negative play we can make them do. Get in for 3. These early turns remind me of EDH if Moxen were legal. That's a good way to put this. Are they still having paper tournaments down near Texas? Since I don't get to play often, I was thinking about picking up what I need to play. Dice Factory Eldrazi. That sounds like a lot of fun. Oh, I'm 1 mana off of Consecrated Sphinx. So we're going to attack for 5 and pass. Consecrated Sphinx and Hull Breacher seem kind of at odds with each other. But, like, they're still both really good. Could you imagine if I top deck Time Twister right now? Like, how insane that would be. Opponent plays a Misty. And passes. So we are going to probe our opponent, see what their last card in hand is, and they don't want to show us. So it's on to game 2. I think Thieving Skydiver deserves a spot because of all of the broken artifact mana. It's just going to be too good. I'm going to drop, I think, Commit to Memory. And we're going to try it like this. Because everyone's playing broken 0 or 1 mana artifacts. Like, it's going to be good. So this hand could be a quick tinker. It's potentially a large mana drain into like a Mind Twist. We do have Probe to try and hit a land as well. It's a bit risky, but we do have Daze to back it all up. I'm going to keep. And we're going to see what happens. Yeah, it just like produces dice. Opponent starts Watery Grave, Mox Jet, Simic Signet. We untap, we draw Orzhov Signet. Play an island. Probe our opponent. They have Brainstorm, Factor Fiction, Mox Diamond, and Treachery. We draw Tolarian Academy, which is actually quite terrible because we have none of our Moxes. If we can draw a Mox, we can do crazy things next turn. So opponent starts with a Brainstorm. So who knows what's in their hand. But they're probably going to keep Mox Diamond to try and get it on the battlefield. I cannot believe we Hull Breachered someone in response to Brainstorm. That was nuts. Opponent plays an island. Time Walks. And repeals the Mox to get an additional draw. So they basically just undid their Brainstorm. Yeah, I think if we draw a single Mox, we can do some pretty nasty things. We have 4 of them, so odds are pretty good. Everflowing Chalice also works. So play Everflowing Chalice on 0. Play Tolarian Academy. And play Orzhov Signet. Opponent probably has Factor Fiction, and that's what they're going to do to us at our end step here. We're very close to getting to where we can tinker with, like, Mana Drain backup, which would be awesome. Okay, opponent Factor Fictions, so we are going to Daze. Factor Fiction is just too much value otherwise. So opponent untaps. Ancestral Recalls. That's the other fun thing, is this is like every deck is highest power Vintage Cube deck. 5 mana. Opponent has Mirari Conjecture, picking up Ancestral Recall. That's pretty good. So we untap. We draw an island. Play an island. We need black if we want to Mind Twist. We can Mind Twist X3 right now. This is what decks would be like without the reserve list. That's true, because not everybody would have all of the cards. It would be like impossible to get your hands on like every card you needed. Oh, no. I'm sorry, I misunderstood your question. Yes. Still yes. I think I'm just going to Mind Twist my opponent. I could Tinker. Noxon, thank you for gifting a sub to G3R6. Much appreciated. Oh, hang on. I could... If I play Simic Signet, I can get to 4 mana and then Tinker. Nah, I think it's better to Mind Twist this turn. It's not a complete mind twist, but my opponent doesn't have any control over what they keep. Oh, they get to get back a sorcery. Well, at least it's not Ancestral Recall. It's probably Time Walk. Thanks, Joest. How's it going? Opponent picks up Time Walk. Plays an Izzet Signet. Plays a Spell Seeker. If they wait until next turn... Oh, they Thoughtseize? That's bad. Opponent Thoughtseizes, so next turn Time Walk becomes Time Stretch for them. That's really good. They take Tinker, as they should. We untap. Gonna be all complimentary and positive all night, no making fun of Kano. Okay, so we here play Island. Then we need to... Okay, we're going to play Ashiok. This lets us leave up Mana Drain for Time Walk. And we're just going to start ticking up Ashiok, I think. See what we exile of our opponents. Force of Will, Ponder, and Island. Alright, pass the turn. Opponent's turn. Wow, lots of viewers today. Welcome, everybody. Alright, opponent gets multiple copies of whatever spell they cast. I guess I have to Mana Drain one of the Time Walks. Well, thank you. I appreciate you stopping by. Opponent attacks Ashiok. So they get one turn here. Thankfully, they did not have any other spells to duplicate. That could have been really bad for us. But they do have a draw, and their deck is super high power level. I want to play a deck where I could get like a Time Walk in every pack. That'd be absurd. The odds of that are astronomical, but in theory it is possible. So Mana Drain gives us some mana. We're going to start by upticking Ashiok on our opponent. See what we exile here. Island, Underground Sea, Misty Rainforest. Okay, play Simic Signet. Consistent Tron content. I'm glad you guys enjoy the Tron content. I don't know about wholesome and down to earth, but self-deprecating, you got me there. Okay, Dimir Signet produces blue, so it's, I think, a little bit better. We're going to use Orzhov Signet's mana to play a Dimir Signet. Pass the turn. Honestly, with Uro Omnath running around the meta, Tron feels like the good guy. Yeah, exactly. Self-deprecating, not self-defecating. That is a very different meaning. Okay, we draw an Azorius Signet, so we're going to start with the old Ashiok uptick. See what we exile. Bloodstain. Second time! My opponent has multiple Time Walks. Oh, that's so evil. Downtick Narset. We miss completely. Alright. So now we're going to play an Azorius Signet. I don't think that was punt of the decade. I still think it was years ago now, but I was very drunk on stream and I cast Time Warp targeting my opponent. and I gave them a turn, and then they took their normal turn, and then I lost. It made it onto Channel Fireball's like top 10 punts or whatever, and I ranked it like number 4 or number 6. That was I think my worst punt of all time, was time warping my opponent. So opponent's going to cast a bunch of cantrips here. It really just depends on whether or not they have anything to follow up with, or if they have like a Thassa's Oracle. I will be a little annoyed if they have Thassa's Oracle, because I will have helped accelerate them to it with Ashiok. But their deck has 2 time walks. Like, you can't go wrong with 2 time walks. Okay. Oh, we got there. They didn't have any win conditions left, I guess. And that was the match. Wow, we're doing pretty good. Who knew a deck with 4 Moxes is good? Oh, man. Oh, 4 Moxes and a Soul Ring that we haven't yet seen. Logan Cole Rose, thank you for the 100 bits. Much appreciated. You're a wonderful human being, and I appreciate your support. This is a turn 1 Probe and Thoughtseize, but we definitely have more busted starts, so I'm going to mulligan. This is a turn 2 Tinker. I'm going to keep this. I am going to put back Mana Drain. I don't think we're going to need it. And we can start with Probe to know if our game plan is good to go or not. So start by playing Probe. We're tinkering for Sundering Titan. Fun of it is Mindslaver, Mox Pearl, Emery, and Duretti. We draw Hull Breacher. So we're going to play out a Simic Signet this turn. Pass the turn. Opponent starts... They don't have any, like, draw spells. So Hull Breacher is probably not going to be super useful right away. They start Blood Crypt. They do leave Mox... Oh, no, they play Mox Pearl. Okay. So we untap and draw Venser. Okay, new plan. I'm going to leave up Venser. It's not my birthday. I don't know why you guys wish me happy birthday every day of the week. But it is not my birthday. Okay. So we are going to Venser, bounce that back to hand, and then we are going to Tinker for Sundering Titan and take out both of my opponent's lands. Makes me giggle fit. No, the stupid Polish does not have vowels. Makes me giggle fit. And I don't know why, but I could not stop laughing. That is probably the hardest I've ever laughed on a video. Woo! Logan Cole Rose, thank you for the 100 bits. Much appreciated. We're going to sack Simic Signet because we already have enough blue. And we're going to go Sundering Titan. Take out 2 of their lands and 1 of ours. An opponent scoops. Nice. Oh, man. I actually had to cut the stream early because I was so exhausted from laughing for so much. Like, for laughing for so long. I was like, and I couldn't stop. And then somebody posted the, oh, what was it? They posted the freaking comic that was Polish Wheel of Fortune after that. And I, like, could no longer contain myself. Yeah, we're not going to start with that. This is way better. I'm going to keep this. We're going to put back, I think, Consecrated Sphinx here. I really wish we had a Mox in this opener, but I can work with this. Yeah, it was a Poland Ball comic, and it was like guys sitting there like, "Can I buy a vowel?" And on the board, there's nothing but P's, W's, Y's, and C's, and the guy goes, "No." That one made me laugh so hard. And, like, looking back on it, it's nowhere near as funny as I laughed at it. Like, it was not, that joke has never been funnier to anyone else. But it was a good time, regardless. We get an Orzhov Signet. So I'm going to start Polluted Delta, and I think just fetch up... I think we're just good to go on Watery Grave. I can shock for the intimidation value. So we're going to do that. Just open myself right up to Wasteland. Mana Crypt for our opponent. Okay. Oh no, opponent is also playing a Tinker deck. That's a Blightsteel. We do not have an answer to a Blightsteel, so we are going to scoop it up. New goal, induce a giggle fit on stream every week. Oh man, don't do that. I will die. I can't survive that. Alright, well, we could have answered that with Commit to Memory or a Venser or a Cloudskate, but we just didn't have them and didn't draw it in time. I am going to drop Commit to Memory, and I think we're going to run it like this. Until I get Starlink, Twitch is unbearable at home. Good luck. Alright, sounds good. Thank you for stopping by. Much appreciated. It was good to have you. We're going to play first. Mana Drain might be fast enough. We'll see if our opponent has backup. If we start drawing Moxes, Tolarian Academy becomes insanely powerful. Especially if we draw black mana and we can just follow up Mana Drain with Mind Twist your entire hand away. That would be perfect. This is a little bit risky. Yeah, let me know how Mystic Forge works out. Kano dies on stream. Chat gets contacted by the FBI. FBI, open up! Oh, that's what it's gonna feel like if I get this Mind Twist off. Just be like, FBI, open up! We got him! Alright, opponent starts. They did mulligan 6. Oh no. They start Volcanic Island Mox Pearl. We draw Sphinx of the Steel Wind. Oh, X can't be 0 for Thieving Skydiver, so we have to pass for now. As long as my opponent doesn't have a free counterspell, which is very unlikely because they are playing blue, but if they don't, we have a chance here. Alright, opponent plays a Swamp. And passes. We untap, we draw Soul Ring. Play Soul Ring. Play Tolarian Academy. Pass the turn. So now we have Venser. Next turn, I can play Thieving Skydiver and leave up Mana Drain. And I think that's awesome. Opponent plays a Trinket Mage. Do I want to Mana Drain that? I think I do. Because they're a little bit stuck on mana. Which deck do you think is better positioned in Modern right now? Greentron or Eldrazi-tron? I think Greentron is, but only slightly. I don't think either one is particularly fantastic at the moment. Well, we drew the Mox Jet, so FBI, open up. Mind Twist X4. Yes! Oh, we got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Alright, let's open this treasure chest. Then I'm going to restart the client and we're going to do another one. 5 play points, a promo coercive recruiter, and a Sengir vampire from 9th edition. Alright, one moment while I restart Moto. Thanks, Tarek. Appreciate it. We're off to a good start tonight. Big Kano bingo. Restart the client bingo. Open up your bingo cards, everybody. I should actually write like a Twitch add-on for Kano bingo, and chat can vote on what gets marked off. Everybody gets their own bingo card, and it tells you who wins. All right. Yeah, you just draft cards that end the game on their own, or that are, like, you just evaluate things based on a vintage power level. Oops, Moto, come on. There we go. Alright, Supreme Vintage Draft, let's go. First pick. I see Deceiver Exarch. I see Tinker. Primeval Titan is also good. Call it Birthday Boy Bingo. I think we gotta take Tinker. What kind of a machine am I running? Like, my desktop is 7 years out of date, but at the time that I got it, it was absurd. It was very over-provisioned. I couldn't tell you because I've long since lost them, but it's not my computer's fault. It's Moto's fault. Alright, I like Trinket Mage. Trinket Mage potentially gets us a Mox or something crazier. We could also start going for like the Storm route. We did get a lot of Storm cards last time. I think I'm going to take Trinket Mage and Everflowing Chalice, and we're going to go for like another Broken Artifact deck. Because it seemed very achievable. Alright, so in this pack... yeah, I need to update my rig. I just haven't... I've been upgrading it like every 6 years or so, and it's getting to be about that time. But it's still chugging along just fine, so I was trying to wait a little bit longer. We could tinker into Bolus's Citadel and go Tendrils. That could be a lot of fun. Rakdos' Return does a pretty good Mind Twist impression. Snapcaster Mage is also great. I don't know how achievable Storm is. I want to do the Storm thing. We're definitely taking Force. That much I know for sure. You know what? I think Force Storm. Alright, I'll take Tendrils. We'll see if it happens. Okay, Mox Ruby. Definitely taking the Mox. Dimir Signet is not bad. Snapcaster Mage... not really what we want right now. I think we go Mox Ruby and Dimir Signet. Okay. So in this pack, we have an Opposition Agent. You control opponents while they're searching their libraries. While they're searching their library, they exile each card they find, and you may play those cards for as long as they remain exiled. Six Sigma! Welcome! You just missed us 3-0 with the craziest deck I've ever played. We're going to take Turnabout, and I think probably Steam Vents. Actually, Lion's Eye Diamond is way better, but only if I get a Yawgmoth's Will or a Past in Flames or something like that. So we're going to take those two. We're just going to try and max out on like crazy Storm value. Oh my gosh. Time Spiral, Mana Crypt. Demonic Tutor is also really worth it. Any laugh attacks yet? Not as bad as last time, but I did laugh pretty hard when we won. So we're going to go Time Spiral Mana Crypt in this pack. Black freaking Lotus. Let's go. So definitely taking Black Lotus. No questions asked. What is the second card out of this pack? No big Tinker targets. We could take a Control Magic, but that's not really Storm. I could take Emrakul just as like a big way to win the game, maybe. Second Mana Crypt. Multiple Mana Crypts. Is that a thing that people can do? More than one Mana Crypts? We're going to take a Gitaxian Probe. It's free Storm. Mox Diamond I like a lot. Is free mana. There's a Repeal, which is also nice. Still no Tinker targets. Yeah, I think we gotta go Repeal. It's an answer to our own Mana Crypt, and technically ramps us into more colorless mana. Demonic Tutor I like. I also like Manamorphose, even though we're not really in that color. You need a command that says we're always dead to Mana Crypt. Yeah, Mana Crypt generally does not play well with me. So I can take Ulamog or I can take Frost Titan. Which, like, Mana Crypt, Black Lotus, Land, Mox, Ulamog. Can we splash the Manamorphose? I don't think we can. Not right now. We do have a Mox Ruby, and we do have a Black Lotus, and a Mox Diamond. Oh, nice, Six Sigma. I hope you get the job. Frost Titan is way more achievable than Ulamog is. But, like, we already have Emrakul. Maybe we just take Frost Titan because it's easier to get to. So we're going to try that. There's a Time Warp. I do like Time Warp. I also like Ugin. Ugin should be relatively castable in this deck. We still have 7 packs to go. I'm going to take both of these cards. Well, maybe I should be taking Miscalc. We do need more interaction. That is one thing that I was like last game. I think I'm going to take Ugin and I'm going to take Miscalc. Big, just straight 15 mana Emrakul. It's not my birthday, Six Sigma, but thank you. Oh, I don't have a big Tinker target yet. I'm still missing a big Tinker target. Seagate Stormcaller could be good. I'm going to take these 2 cards. There's the Tinker target. There's a Brainstorm. There's also... Oh my gosh, could you imagine Upheaval with this? Because we have so many Mana Crypts. There's a Yogwill. I think we take Yogwill because we have Lion's Eye Diamond. Upheaval and Blightsteel. I actually don't know what is better. Okay, we're definitely taking Blightsteel because we need a Tinker target. If I take... Could Upheaval actually be a ritual in this deck with how many 0 drops we have? I think we take Upheaval. Okay. Shark Typhoon I like. I also like Polluted Delta a little bit. I'm interested. Yeah, I'm going to take Polluted Delta and Shark Typhoon here. There's an Inkwell Leviathan, a Basalt Monolith, a Show and Tell. There's also a Manamorphose. We do have at least 3 good creatures to Show and Tell. The problem with Show and Tell is every single time I've ever cast a Show and Tell, I've lost. Inkwell is fine, but like, I think I like Monolith the most. Vampiric Tutor is also pretty great. Just getting our best card in our deck, which is either going to be like Black Lotus or something that we can play immediately. There's like no way for us to storm, by the way. I just want to mention that. I'm going to take Monolith, and I'm going to take, I think, Vampiric Tutor. Okay, I like Inquisition. It's not as good as Thoughtseize in this format, but it is pretty good. Solemn Simulacrum with multiple mana crypts is interesting. Emery is a little ambitious. I think we take Inquisition and Solemn. Actually, I'm going to take Azorius Signet and Solemn. Because I just realized we're like turbo ramping to the top end here, and we need as much mana as we can possibly get. Second Tendrils. I could have had so many Manamorphoses. I'm definitely taking a Spell Pierce. I'm glad to hear that they're working out for you, because I still definitely feel good about Maze Mine. Metalworker? Is there a Metalworker in this pack? There is. Yeah, we definitely have enough to make Metalworker work. I'm going to take Spell Pierce and Metalworker. I don't think that we're actually going to be storming off with this deck, unfortunately. I think that Treasure Cruise may be applicable here. Sheoldred, we're splashing black, but I don't think this is a Sheoldred deck. Yeah, we're just slamming Eldrazi. I'm going to take Maze of Ith. No, I think this format is too fast for Maze of Ith. I'm taking Treasure Cruise and Thassa's Oracle. Alright. What is this deck and what are we doing? Okay, Tendrils is going away. And so is Vampiric Tutor, Seagate Stormcaller. Trinket Mage is nice because we have Black Lotus. So, oh crap. Mana Crypt, Mox Ruby, Black Lotus. Those are all lands. Lion's Eye Diamond and Mox Diamond are both spells. And so is Everflowing Chalice. So I actually need to cut a number of other cards here yet. I think Emrakul the Promised End is not good enough. Hey, well thanks for stopping by, Tarek. It was good to have you. Let's see. I need to cut 2 more cards. So I'm probably not going to cast Treasure Cruise because I'm not going to be dumping a ton of cards into the grave. Maybe I cut Demonic Tutor and just go mono blue. Demonic Tutor is really good though. I wish we had a mana drain this time around too. I think Turnabout is just like Turnabout name artifacts, and we're gonna have enough mana to cast Emrakul. Like, that's awesome. Are you going positive? Like are you making more play points than you're spending? Because it sounds like you're really close. Oh, we're not playing Thassa's Oracle. Okay, cool. Deck figured out. Oh wait, hang on. We're not playing... We don't have any reason to need to shuffle our deck. So I think we're just playing mono islands. Oh, I still have Demonic Tutor in the deck. That's why. You know what? I'll play a Demonic Tutor. We have Black Lotus, Mox Diamond, Demonic Tutor, Black Lotus, Mox Diamond, Dimir Signet, Polluted Delta, Watery Grave for black sources. So I think that's fine for a single Demonic Tutor. Alright. Let's do this. Double Mana Crypt. I also like this format because, like, the whole league, draft included, took us an hour. Like an hour and 5 minutes. With all the 0 mana rocks in Upheaval, I want to play I want to play Tendrils. I think that's going a little bit too deep. It's almost there, though. I know what you mean. Because, like, Upheaval is so close to being a like a ritual, with the mana crypts producing so much mana. If we had, like, if we had some mana vaults, or if we had Tolarian Academy, I would say it would work. Just always play Max Greed. I mean, playing Max Greed is a fun way to play the game. Because, like, when the greed gets paid off, it's real good. It's cube, so there is no downside, and the upside is epic tales of adventure. It's true. So round one, here we go. I would love to play first. I mean... Oh, this hand is actually terrible. Just because it doesn't look like it, but this hand is actually terrible. Well, thanks for stopping by, Noxon, and thank you for all of the donations for the 500 bits and gifting a sub. So it was good to have you, and I hope you have a good rest of your night. I am going to mulligan this hand. I am not going to mulligan this hand. This hand is a turn 1 Blightsteel Colossus. So we are going to keep, and we're going to put back Miscalc. Island, Mana Crypt. Tinker. And let's go Blightsteel Colossus. Pass the turn. Turn 1 Tinker Blightsteel. I'm sorry, I just peeked out the mic again. I'm going to turn it down just a little bit. Indeed, format is fun. Oh, how's my audio quality? Because I did change my audio settings. I should sound a little bit less robotic, I think, than I did before. Awesome. I'm going to try recording my next video with this setup. Outside of your annoying voice, the audio is good. Oh, man. Yep, opponent can't beat the turn 1 Blightsteel. That's pretty good. Alright. Back it up. You can turn it down some if you want to avoid peaking. Okay. I'll turn it down just a little bit more than I had it. Yep, that was GG. That was the turn 1 kill your opponent. This tells me we should probably be mulliganing aggressively for an absurd start, because this deck is very obviously capable. This format caters to the games that I like to play, which is just the absolute crazy bonkers crap that you can draft. Alright, this time my opponent will be on the play. So I think we want a hand with force. We could get it. Alright, this is not a crazy opener. We have no counter magic. Of course, we only have 2 counter spells. I think I'm going to mulligan. And I'm going to keep this hand. I may not cast Mana Crypt right away, but I'm going to put back, I think... Polluted Delta, actually. So let's see what our opponent does. They also mulligan to 6. They start Island. Yeah, if only this deck had a few draw spells. Well, I mean, we have Time Twister. Or not Time Twister, Time Spiral. Opponent has Land, Mox Jet. Do they have anything else? Anything scary? They might just have like a counter spell. Maybe we should have taken all those Manamorphoses. Yeah, but there was no way to know, right? We also weren't in that color primarily. I think anybody who plays Supreme Draft is going to be playing blue. Unless you get offered no blue cards. Opponent is still deep in the tank. Yes, please progress the game state. Alright. Opponent passes. So we're going to start Island, Probe. Opponent has Wheel of Fortune, Force of Negation, and Glenalandra Archmage. We draw another island. So play Mox Diamond. Pitch an island. Play Mana Crypt. Opponent might force this. Really hoping it resolves. They force. Alright. So opponent is going to go land Wheel of Fortune. Maybe I should cycle here. Because I could get another 0 mana play. I think I'm going to. The chance that we get a 0 mana play is really high. Alright, Emrakul shuffles everything back in. That's fine. Wheel of Fortune. Let's go. How to play Soul Ring and Wheels. Nice. No! I drew the Blightsteel! I needed to tinker that Blightsteel. Opponent has another Soul Ring, multiple Soul Rings. We draw Basalt Monolith, so... Play an island. I don't think we have other targets. Nothing good, anyway. Tinker for Black Lotus. That's mana neutral. Play Mox Ruby. You know what? I think I am going to tinker and just see if my opponent scoops. They did not. Metalworker could be good. We could also get Solemn Simulacrum. Metalworker gets me 4 mana by tapping. It is kind of a bummer we drew it, yeah. So I think we either get Metalworker or we get Solemn Simulacrum. Yeah, we're going to go for the high roll here. Pass the turn. Opponent plays Tolarian Academy. They have approximately 1 billion mana. They have Glenalandra Archmage. Okay. We untap. We draw an island. So Metalworker can get me 6 mana. I can get up to 9 mana this turn. Because I can repeal Mox Diamond. So we're going to start by doing that. Repeal Mox Diamond. Because if I draw another artifact, I think I can just hardcast Blightsteel. Opponent does counter repeal. Alright, so no draw for us. So then what we're going to do is play an island, Metalworker, play Basalt Monolith. Oh, I should have waited so I could actually resolve this. Oh, they let me have it. Alright, pass the turn. So next turn we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana. If I draw an artifact, I can cast Blightsteel exactly. Opponent plays a Worn Power Stone. Make it in for 1. We go to 17. Untap. I draw a Trinket Mage. So play an island. Trinket Mage. Trinket Mage goes and gets... Oh. Opposition Agent. That's pretty good. Opponent can have a Black Lotus now. So opponent gets to search our library. Oh, we don't have to. We will not search. Nice. Pass the turn. Good old may search your library. sweet. A 3-mana 2/2. That's a Grey Ogre. So opponent untaps. I'm just really glad they couldn't, like, opposition agent in response to a Tinker. That would have been absolutely brutal. We're only 1 mana away from casting Blightsteel. Right now. Because, like, Watery Grave brings us up to 11. We still need to draw an artifact, I think, to get us over the 12 mark. Never mind. We are now very far away from Blightsteel. That's a pretty brutal Kolaghan's command. So opponent's going to hit us for 4. Alright, we untap. We draw Turnabout, which does actually net us 1 mana. So we're going to play Watery Grave tapped, pass the turn. Opponent plays an Ancient Tomb, gets in for 4. We go to 9. Yeah, I was thinking we did 2, but we also didn't really see a lot. We draw a Miscalc. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can turn that into 6 mana. 7, 8, 9, 10. We're still 2 off. I'm going to cycle Miscalc, because it's not going to counter anything my opponent has at this point. Dimir Signet. Play Dimir Signet. Now turnabout, we can turnabout artifacts. Which I think actually nets us the same amount of mana. If we get like a Mana Crypt, it'll net a lot, but... Seagate Stormcaller. They can copy the next instant or sorcery spell, CMC 2 or less, they play this turn. They hit us for 4, we go to 5. And they got nothing. We untap. We draw an island. Alright, here we go. I think my opponent just counters this, though, and then we lose. Land. Untap. Play Blightsteel. No! Not the remand! Alright, moving on to game 3. I think we just run it back. Hope for another hyper-fast hand. Alright, we'll play first. Yeah, I will keep this. Turn 1, land, Mana Crypt, Dimir Signet, Everflowing Chalice is pretty good. If I cast it this turn, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can Time Spiral next turn. We only have 2 mana post Time Spiral, but I still think that's pretty good. Just have to hope our opponent doesn't have a counter spell. Opponent shocks a Watery Grave into a Soul Ring. Okay. Tails never fails for Mana Crypt. Heads, we lose the flip. Frost Titan. New plan. You have to have exactly force of will, opponent. See, I told you Frost Titan was better than Evercool. We either take them off of colored mana or we take them off of Soul Ring. We're going to take them off of Soul Ring. The old turn 2 Frost Titan. Opponent starts with a Ponder. We do still have Time Spiral. I think if my opponent misses a land drop, I'm not going to cast it. Because I don't want to, like, give them a land. So they play Arid Mesa, they crack Arid Mesa and get a Mountain. And play another Soul Ring. Alright. Mana Crypt. Tails never fails. We win the flip. We draw an island, so play an island. Go to combat. Attack with old Frosty T. Tap a Soul Ring. Hit our opponent down to 10. Second main. Let's go ahead and Time Spiral using everything but 1 black mana. Would it be better to shut off colors there? Possibly. It might be better to hit Watery Grave. Did I say that it was better to shut off colors? 'Cause I don't think it was. We have a Spell Pierce now. So we can tinker. Go ahead and sack Mana Crypt. Throw no down to Mana Crypt. It's Supreme Draft, and it's Vintage Cube, and the Vintage Cube packs can overlap. We will Spell Pierce a Force of Negation. We had 4 Moxes, our first one that we played. This format is absolutely crazy nuts and hilarious. Alright, opponent, you should be dead next turn. Good luck, you gotta beat a force. Alright. Well, that's round 1. Blightsteel's indestructible. What wrath could they have? They'd have to have, like, a turnabout to tap us out for a turn, or a Cyclonic Rift or something. We'll play first. Turn 1 Blightsteel Tinker? Absolutely! So we'll go Island, Black Lotus, Mana Crypt, Tinker, sack Mana Crypt, get Blightsteel, pass. Your turn, opponent. You know, these people have families. Stop! Oh, man. D-Slayer! Oh my gosh, not you two. I thought you weren't here for the Big No crap. Big No play Blightsteel. Man, that was unnecessarily brutal. Alright, game 2. This hand is okay. I think we can do better, so I'm actually going to mulligan that. This hand does work, but I'm also going to mulligan that. Alright, we'll keep this. We're going to put back Ugin and I think Demonic Tutor. Opponent starts Shelldock Isle. Also playing blue. Worthy of note. We draw a Lion's Eye Diamond. So play an island, play Mox Ruby, pass. I don't know why I'm still playing Lion's Eye Diamond. I think it's actually terrible in this deck. Do I cycle Shark Typhoon just to draw? Yes, I think I will. That is unfortunate. D-Slayer. We draw an Everflowing Chalice, so we will kick it once. We do have to tap out of Spell Pierce here for a minute. Okay, opponent miscalcs, that's fine. Late game we repeal it and then kick it for $1 billion. Yeah. So unfortunately this time I think my opponent is going to be playing way too cautious. Yeah, we'll just pass. Okay, opponent untaps, plays a mountain. Plays a Simic Signet, that's fine. Yeah, I wonder why the opponent would be playing cautiously. Good question. Getting hyped for Kaldheim, Kano? Yes, I am. Heavy metal, Viking, yeah, like that's my wheelhouse. Is anyone playing bingo? Somebody mentioned big Kano, like Kano restart the game bingo. I think Gigglefit with Kano was on there. Alright, we untap. Play an island. Play Basalt Monolith. Opponent is going to mana drain our Basalt Monolith. I actually think that's fine. I'm going to let that happen. Maybe I should have Spell Pierced that. Where's the DT? Sorry, is that a reference to Kaldheim or something in my deck? Oh, yeah. I had to put the Demonic Tutor back, but we still couldn't play it even if I had it. Opponent Time Walks. Alright. You have a Time Walk. You have an Oracle. That's an Ugin. So opponent untaps. They draw Ugin, Mana Leak on top. They are playing the big stuff deck as well. Glen Elandra Archmage. Don't like that. I might just have to scoop and go to game 3. Because I don't think we can beat all these counter spells now. Probably not. If I had to guess. Yeah, I'm just gonna go to the go to next game. So my opponent is playing Teamer good stuff. I should not be playing Lion's Eye Diamond. I should be playing Vampiric Tutor. I guess Lion's Eye Diamond is like kind of okay for like Demonic Tutor and kind of okay with Time Spiral. But the rest of the time it's not that good. So we're going to take it out in favor of Vampiric Tutor. Yeah, he was here earlier. I don't know if he's here right now. Okay, I will keep this. Because maybe we shouldn't be playing Emrakul. We do not have the show and tell, no. I did not take the show and tell. I think every single time I've cast show and tell, I've lost. Like, 15 mana seems ambitious. You're the one who was like, oh, you should totally upheaval all your mana crypts and make 15 mana. And I was like, okay. Because I was down for that. So let's go ahead and play Island, Mana Crypt, Trinket Mage. We'll go and get... I think we get another Mana Crypt here. Play Mana Crypt. Play Azorius Signet. Pass the turn. Yeah, our issue is the draw spells. Opponent starts island tapped. Alright, we gotta win 2. Heads, we lose the flip. Tails, we won the flip. Alright, so now we can float mana. I can actually just cast Shark Typhoon. That's probably better than anything I was about to do. We'll play an island. I think we cast Shark Typhoon and then repeal a Mana Crypt so we don't just die to our own incompetence. Cast Shark Typhoon. Repeal Mana Crypt, make a shark. We draw Spell Pierce. Alright, I like where this is going. Get in for 2. What operating system do you have for your TV, Slayer? Sounds like a weird Oblivion mod NPC conversation. We're going to say Tails, we win the flip. Play Polluted Delta. Go to combat. Attack for 3. Leave up Spell Pierce. Pass the turn. So I went to Roku, Twitch. The Twitch app no longer exists for Roku because they had kind of a falling out. Yeah, no, it only existed for a little while. When it gets in for 1, it's like some licensing agreement that they can no longer do that. If you have the app, you can still use it as long as you don't delete it. But oh, it was also third party, not actual Twitch. Didn't know that. Now my opponent's end step, I'm just gonna fetch up an island. Okay, we untap. Tails. We win the flip. We draw a Mox Ruby. So I'm going to play a Mox Ruby. We make a 0/0 shark and get a Morbid trigger. Go to combat. Attack for 3. And honestly, the instant my opponent casts anything, we just Spell Pierce it. Mainly so that we can outpace the damage from our own Mana Crypt. Some of the smart TVs nowadays don't actually let you do that for some reason. Like some of them will let me cast and some of them won't let me cast, despite being like the same brand. And I think it has to do with like some settings or something. I don't know. It is irritating. Opponent loots. I wish we had a looter too. Opponent discards a Frost Titan. Ouch. They play the Hideaway Land. Like, my opponent's going to have to play something soon. And hopefully it's something we can Spell Pierce. I would Spell Pierce a Simic Signet right now. It may have been better to cycle Shark Typhoon to just make one big shark. But I was really worried about getting hit with a removal spell. And I was like, I'll draw something. Kano dreamed. I'm going to put something under Shelldock. Took them a while to decide, so hopefully it's not something crazy. Spell Pierce the Time Walk. We are beating the control deck when it comes to mana, indeed. Tails, never fails. We draw. Island. Play an island. Go to combat. Attack for 4. Opponent goes to 8. Are we playing too many lands? We have 12 lands. I don't think we're playing too many lands. I think I calculated it such that we're playing 16 mana sources, but I don't know. Opponent loots away the Simic Signet. Plays an island. Mana Crypt. Tails never fails. Heads, we lose the flip. Alright. Basalt Monolith. Alright, go ahead. Go to combat. Should have Skull Clamp in this deck. You get the hell out of here. Hit our opponent for 4. They go to 4. Play Basalt Monolith. Get a shark. Opponent mana drains Basalt Monolith, which could... Oh no! That gives them exactly enough mana if they play a land to play Ugin, and that is how we lose. Mox Sapphire. Oh no, they have Ugin. Oh, damn it. And they can -6? Oh. And leave Ugin at 1? I can't believe this. That's... Why does he start with 7 loyalty? Oh. We need like a time spiral off the top to really even stand a chance now. Or like an upheaval. Okay, Tails never fails. We win the flip. Big no big sad. Agreed. Alright, Tinker. We get rid of the clock. The Blightsteel cometh. Oh. Are you ready? Did I say we were gonna lose? Because we're absolutely gonna win. No doubts. You know. Never didn't, always have it. No, don't you turn about me. No! 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 Did I say we were gonna win? I meant we were totally gonna lose. We never had a chance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, we... Damn it. Oh, man. I should have just gone with... like... No, Blightsteel is obviously the correct choice. And yes, it was worth the memes. Last draw is Ever-Flowing Chalice. Alright, you got me. You got me, opponent. Look at this, we've already played almost 2 leagues, and it's only been 2 hours. Like, this format is fast, it is fun. Maybe we catch a non-blue deck? Big doubt. All the best cards in Vintage are blue. All the fast mana is colorless and can produce some blue. I really doubt anyone is playing not blue. Now, if I could get, like, I don't know, an opener of Mox Pearl Thalia, I would consider running blue-white. But I still would be playing blue. right. Round 3, here we go. Is this like a turn 2 Frost Titan? I'm good with a turn 2 Frost Titan. Oh, if only we were on the play, though. I'm gonna keep. Nobody touches the beard. Should have taken Inkwell. I mean, it would have won there, you're right. I probably should have taken it. We're gonna play Island. The scariest of all lands, and pass. The other game when we had Blightsteel in hand, we would have had a target for it. You're right. I should have taken it as a second Tinker target. That was the choice. We basically just would have won non-stop had I taken it. Opponent fetches up a Watery Grave. I don't know if they're tapping it or not on her end step. Tapped. Okay. There's nothing wrong with people who don't want to watch the YouTube content. It's not everybody's cup of tea. What have we learned from today's stream? Draft Tinker, indeed. So play an Island, play a Mox Diamond, pitch Island, cast Black Lotus. Play Frost Titan, and we're going to tap their blue mana. Alright, turn 2 Frost Titan. Achieved. Not quite as good as turn 1 Blightsteel, but still pretty good. Gotta go lurk mode and use the PS4. That's fine. Thanks for being here, buddy. I'm glad that you're here today. I had pretty high viewer turnout today. Just kind of like across the stream so far. Big No smash. Big No play Frost Titan. Frost Titan is the best card. You can't kill this. Look at that. You can't kill Frost Titan. It says so. The heck is with the Discord? Opponent gets a Lotus Petal and a Mana Crypt. And it's Hilarion Academy. That's a lot of mana that they just produced out of nowhere. What you got for me, opponent? Yeah, they did not have a board 1 second ago. 6 mana. Could be a Frost Titan of their own. Cabal Ritual. Is this Storm? I think this is Storm. What is happening? What are they casting? Time Spiral. They untap their lands and they have 4 mana now. They replay Lotus Petal. I do not have a grinder and I do not have OnlyFans. Opponent plays a Grim Monolith. Back up to having 4 blue mana. Coalition Relic. Alright, we untap. We draw Spell Pierce. Play an island. Play Mox Ruby. Opponent puts a charge counter on Coalition Relic. Play Black Lotus. Go to combat. Attack. And we're going to tap Tolarian Academy for obvious reasons. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast Turnabout on my opponent's upkeep and tap their artifacts. Yeah, their deck is doing what we wanted to do. Alright, blue, 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 blue. Turnabout. Opponent. Artifact. Tap. Opponent should have floated mana in response. I guess if they did, I could have maybe made their life more annoying. Opponent loses the flip on that Mana Crypt. They have 3 mana to play with, and we have a Spell Pierce. They concede. Alright, I'm going to drop Lion's Eye Diamond and play Vampiric Tutor in its place. And we're going to run it back. Okay. This is yet again another very quick Frost Titan, but only if we draw a land. We need to draw a land for that to work. We do have Repeal. I'm going to keep this. Woo! We draw an island. Perfect. I could play Everflowing Chalice and just repeal it to get a draw. I actually think I'm going to do that, because if I get a Mox and I can play it, that's extremely beneficial. We find a Trinket Mage, but we're already holding Black Lotus. Opponent plays a Strip Mine. Strip Mine's our island. We draw another island, so everything is fine. Pass the turn. Opponent plays an island. And plays a Grim Monolith. Oh, I'm glad people are enjoying themselves. We're gonna play Dimir Signet. Pass the turn. Then next turn, hopefully we can Black Lotus into Frost Titan again. Alright, play an island. Cast Black Lotus. Frost Titan. No, Mixum. Mixum, I haven't seen Mixum's name, I don't think, yet today. Frost Titan. We're going to tap down Grim Monolith because we just want to stop our opponent from having as much mana as possible. And our opponent scoops it up, leaving us with the 2-1 victory. Nice. All right, well, I am going to restart Moto, and then we are going to play another Supreme Draft League. All right. Getting ready for Supreme Draft number 3 of the night, because they go pretty quick. And they're a lot of fun. Does a non-blue deck even have a shot to 3-0? Probably not. Oh, someone did remind me. If you haven't, and you would consider it, please consider using your Twitch Prime sub if you have Prime Gaming or Amazon Prime, Twitch Prime. I don't really remember what qualifies it, but it's free to use and supports me, same as paying for a regular subscription. And if not me, be sure to use it every month for your favorite content creator on Twitch, because I know they'll appreciate it. Supreme Draft number 3. Here we go. All right. I like Underground Sea, and I like Probe. I also like Mana Leak. Bargain? I don't like Bargain. I've never been a fan of Bargain. I'm going to take Probe and Mana Leak. We're going to play a game called Pick the Blue Card. There's Inkwell and there's Metalworker. I'm not a huge fan of Metalworker. We can take like Inkwell and Kozilek maybe. Flooded Strand is a consideration, because there's not a lot else in this pack. Like, I could take a Flooded Strand. Reanimator. If we get a good reanimation spell, I will look for good reanimator targets. I think I'm going to take Kozilek and Leviathan. There's Black Lotus. So what is good now? Mentor is actually really good with a lot of the cards we're about to take. So is Vendilion Click. There's Rituals, yes, there are Rituals. I could take Black Lotus and Seething Song. I think we take Click. Click is just too strong to ignore, I think. Alright, I will take Time Twister. And you know what? I'm going to start taking Rituals now, because we're getting a lot of Storm cards. Alright, Mystical Tutor. Splinter Twin. There's a Splinter Twin. There's also Thieving Skydiver and Looter and Azorius Signet. I think we take Mystical Tutor and Looter. Looter seems a bit slow, but there were a couple of hands that our opponents had that were awkward, and if our opponent has an awkward hand, it's going to be very good. Cabal Ritual, Past in Flames, Force of Will, High Tide, and Remand. Now, High Tide into Eldrazi is definitely a way to win the game. We're definitely taking High Tide. The question is, are we taking Remand, are we taking Force, or are we taking Past? And I think we're taking Remand. Force of Will is very good, but I think Remand is going to be a little bit better in our current deck. Alright, 1000 Year Storm. and Daze are both awesome. Well, the game picked for us Mox Emerald and Mox Sapphire. Oh, can we get away from this ever? Easy game. Take the Moxen. Alright, Mana Crypt. Oh my god, what do we even do? Like, we take the free mana, right? This isn't. I don't want to take Channel. We have no green. We have Mox Emerald. Okay, you got me there. I think we take Mana Crypt and Electromancer. Yeah, no, this is like the peak, right? Because this is vintage without restrictions at its best. Like at the peak of this format is vintage decks without 4 of limits. I think it's Mana Crypt or Chart a Course. Or Mana Crypt, definitely Mana Crypt, but it's either Chart a Course or Goblin Electromancer. And I kind of like Chart a Course. Yeah, the restrictions are dictated by random packs. There's a Desperate Ritual. And a Hull Breacher. Hull Breacher is good. No good lands for us. I'm going to take those 2 cards. Hey, a Force. Hey, a Yogg-Will. Hey, a Pyretic Ritual. Oh my gosh. We need a burn spell to win the game with. We have no black fixing, except Black Lotus. I'm going to take Yogg-Will, because Yogg-Will Black Lotus is like crazy good. And I think I'm going to take Force Yogg-Will. Ritual is absurdly good, but like I can't pass up on this other stuff. Mana Flare is good. I no longer work with the octopus. I am long past the reanimation plan right now. So we could take Grim Monolith, we can take Cryptic Command. Like, Cryptic Jace is definitely where we could go. Mana Flare is crazy, but we already have High Tide. There's no burn spells that can go to face here. I'm going to take Cryptic Jace. And we're going to play a control deck. Lightning Strike, Volcanic Island. Perfect. There's also Shelldock, and Shelldock would be good. Another Mana Crypt. Just get out of here. I don't like Empty the Warrens. Even though it says the word Storm on it, I really dislike it. There is a Banefire and a Frost Titan. High Tide into Frost Titan is definitely a thing that can happen. Oh, Porter is doing just lovely. He's really adjusting well to like living out here where I am currently at my parents' place. We live next to a huge field. He loves it. He behaves. He's very happy here. I'm going to take the Ritual. And I think Demonic Tutor. We only have 1 draw 7. And we kind of need some more draw power, I think. I'm going to take these 2 cards. Brain Freeze. Mox Diamond. We don't need a second Yogg-Will. Coalition Relic is really good. So is Chain Lightning. We did it! Oh. Yeah, we definitely take these 2 cards. We have 2 packs after this. Another Splinter Twin. Gush. Bribery. I don't know how many decks are playing Emrakul. So we're taking Gush. And probably Misty Rainforest. We have enough other ways to win that I don't think we need a Bribery. I think we already have a Looter. I don't want to... Teferi's great, but we have no fixing for him at all. Okay, and this is final pack. I could play Thassa's Oracle. It just means I'm not playing Kozilek. Underground Sea is fixing for us, and it's really good fixing for us. And there's also... I guess we go with Thassa's Oracle. And then we don't play Kozilek, and maybe we just mill ourselves out and win. That seems risky, though. Like, Impulse is way better in the average case, and it's very strong. Yeah, I came here to mill my opponents out. We're going to take Impulse over Thassa's Oracle. Let's build a Storm deck. So, Mox Emerald and Sapphire are lands. So is Black Lotus and Mana Crypt, kind of. We are mostly blue, and we need to stick to mostly islands. So, we actually need a decent number of islands. I don't think we're playing Inkwell, and I don't think we're playing Kozilek. Oh, no, we are playing Kozilek. High Tide into Kozilek is a way to win the game. And then I need to cut just a couple of cards, really. I think Hull Breach or Time Twister is a combo by itself. Do we even need the rituals? They're kind of like a little awkward, really. We have so much good artifact mana. And like they're cool if we play Thousand Year Storm, but I didn't take Banefire. And our other costs are so blue heavy. Do we not play any rituals? And then just run like all this nonsense? One swamp, 11 islands, basically. I mean, this looks pretty good. Watch this deck be atrociously bad. Yeah, I probably should have taken Past in Flames, and we should have gone that route. Thousand Year Storm now doesn't win without a Lightning Strike in the deck, though. Yeah, we can't rely on just Brain Freeze. I definitely need Lightning Strike in this deck. And I need to cut a card for it. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 17-ish lands right now. Maybe we drop Mystical Tutor? It's good, but we don't have a lot of cards that draw cards immediately off the top. Like if I need a card, I could Mystical Tutor for it and then Gitaxian Probe to draw it. Or I could Mystical Tutor and then Chart a Course. But Cryptic Command is really expensive. Gush works, but I also am going to be bouncing islands. Time Twister does not work. I think Mystical Tutor is like the worst card we have right now. Alright, let's see how this deck does. It's not going to turn one Blightsteel my opponents, but, you know, Shitstorm. Besides, we won with the same deck basically twice. That last deck we played could have easily 3-0'd if I'd have taken that Inkwell, like G3 R6 mentioned. Yeah, we're going to see how this one does. I mean, seems pretty good, right? You could like Demonic Tutor for 1,000-Year Storm. I don't know. We get Demonic Tutor for Frost Titan, and then Frost Titan our opponent out. That's like a turn 3 play, though. I'm gonna keep this. I don't know. Like, we technically have better hands full of Moxes and stuff, but I think this is fine. My opponent did mulligan to 6. Ancestral Recall. They are back up to 7. We draw Vendilion Click. I wonder if I should play out the Black Lotus, or if I should surprise them with it. I think because we're Storm, we're going to hold on to it. Judd, welcome! Hit them with the turn 2 Cryptic. They'll never see it coming. Yeah, nobody, I think, would predict that. We draw Impulse. We either go for the Demonic Tutor... Yeah, I think we go for the Demonic Tutor here. There's just a lot of nasty cards we can get. So the plan is we could either go for a... I could play 1,000-Year Storm next turn, but I think Frost Titan would win harder. We're not holding Time Twister, or I could get a Hull Breacher and do one of those plays. Yeah, I think the plan is still just Frost Titan. Deadly Eric, welcome! Welcome to the stream. How's it going? Alright, pass the turn. Thank you for using your Twitch Prime subscription, Deadly Eric. It's a great way to support your streamers. It doesn't cost you anything if you already have Prime. Much appreciated. You're a wonderful human being. Opponent plays a Soul Ring, and they're going to pass. We draw a 1,000-Year Storm. So play an island, and we are going to probably just click our opponent here. Opponent plays an Ancient Tomb, and they're going to cast something big. Coercive Portal. Alright. Let's go ahead and click. See if they got a counter spell, and then we're going to follow this up with a Frost Titan. Mana Drain for our opponent. We untap. We draw Chart, of course. So play Black Lotus. So I've heard. I just have not been able to. I haven't been able to stream as much as I want to. Homage lets them draw a card, right? Yeah. So we're going to vote Homage. Alright. Opponent gets some colorless mana. They recall again. They have 2 Ancestral Recalls and a Mana Drain in their deck. Holy crap. It was a ton of fun. It was a little excessive, but it was fun. Okay, we draw Force, which makes me feel a lot better about myself here. So we're going to go to combat, attack with the old Frosty T. Yeah, we'll keep the Soul Ring tapped. No blocks for the opponent. They go down to 12. Let's go ahead and chart a course. Play Mox Sapphire. Play Mox Emerald. We're going to Impulse. take the Underground Sea, rest of the bottom, play the Underground Sea, and just brain freeze our opponent. Get a good look at what's going on. They have Black Lotus. They have Black Lotus, multiple strip mines, Fractured Identity, and Mox Diamond. And now only 8 cards left in deck. And they're drawing 2 cards a turn, so we're going to vote Homage. We also have a Force of Will for anything too scary. Opponent plays an island. 5 mana, Fractured Identity. Okay, well, we're going to let them pay for the Frost Titan trigger first. And then we are going to Force of Will Fractured Identity. Pitching Thousand Year Storm. Nice! And now we have Cryptic. Play an island, go to combat. Attack. I could cut them off of red, but I think cutting them off more mana is probably better. Alright, pass the turn. Vote Homage. Opponent going down to 4 cards in library. They play a mountain. They have multiple Fractured Identities, and apparently an Oblivion Ring, too. Well, let's try countering this and tapping my opponent's creatures. I imagine they're holding counter spells, though. They have a Remand? Okay. Well, they still got to pay for the Frost Titan trigger, which means they have to tap Ancient Tomb. And now they can no longer use Ancient Tomb. Sad that you missed your draft? Oh, it's like just starting, and we've done 2 drafts already today because this format is fast. We are going to bounce a permanent and draw. We get a Mana Leak, which is good. Get back Frost Titan. Tap down Soul Ring. This draft? No. This whole VOD will be on YouTube Friday, if you want to watch anything that happened today. Welcome back, Droid. No worries. But it plays a Mox Sapphire. They're going to Oblivion Ring. Hitting Frost Titan. Okay, they gotta pay for it. But if they have a burn spell to finish us off, we should be able to Mana Leak it. Goblin Rabble Master. Mana Leak. Nice. Alright, run it back. We're against, like, Jeskai control with absolutely crazy crap in it, so... Hopefully we can win again. They scooped because they had 1 card left in their deck and they were drawing 2 cards next turn. The little brain freeze play Gambit did the trick. This is a turn 1 impulse. think we're gonna... I'm gonna keep this. These cards are way cheaper on Moto, first off, than they are in paper. Like, most vintage decks you could build for actually, like, reasonable deck price, because the cards are more available. But, this is a draft. Who knows, you might have voted Carnage. That's true! There was still the opportunity for me to punt that game to the moon. Raylin, I can't believe you spotted a victory line for our opponent. They didn't know who they were playing against. Oh, man. We're getting strip mined? We are. Alright. Play an island, pass the turn. Gotta play to your outs. Oh, jeez. Yep. They have more than one strip mine in their deck, I just want to mention. Play an island, pass the turn. We have Impulse, Force, and Mana Leak now. I could technically Gush if I wanted to set myself back really far. They play an island. They only have 3 cards in hand, though. Dreadhorde Arcanist. Mana Leak. Oh, they have 2 Ancestral Recalls. Yeah, that was definitely the good call there. I was thinking about it, and I was like, I should probably counter this, but I don't know why. Alright, I will be stopping on my opponent's turn. Set a stop, please. Give him the old Vendilion click. Opponent mana drains, Vendilion click. So I think I'm going to force Pitching Impulse. And they can Ancestral Recall in response. Alright, so click against their 4-card hand. And they have a Lightning Bolt. Wonderful. I don't know how my opponent ended up with more resources than I did after that trade. Plus, they're holding 3 lands. It's just nuts. Alright, they play Tundra. We untap. We draw a Remand. I'm gonna Gush, just because I'm already so far behind. What's a little more, lands in my hand? Play an island, pass the turn. Why did I hit F6? Turn off auto yields. I might need to remand. Strip mine again! Oh, I should have... I knew the other strip mine was coming. I should have saved the Gush. Play an island. Pass the turn. We're going to leave up remand. I don't know how they ended up with more resources. The card Ancestral Recall. You literally just watched this, Kano. Oh, man. We untap. Draw Mana Crypt. That's mana and storm count. We're going to wait, though. Opponent plays a Plains. 3 mana for a Monastery Mentor. I will remand that because that's a 3 mana play. Draw Mox Diamond. Opponent plays a Monastery Mentor. Last card in hand is an Ancestral Recall. Alright, we untap. We draw Daze. Cast Mana Crypt. Chart a Course. Would like to hit lands. That is not a land. I think I pitched Cryptic Command. We'll play a... I think I hold on to it for Storm Count, actually. So we're just going to pass. I would have discarded Mox Diamond. That's fair, but I was thinking I'm going to need the colored mana it produces. And it's Storm Count instead of just like... Heads, we lost the flip. We draw Lightning Strike. Oh, this is unnecessarily brutal. Alright, pass the turn. Alright, opponent plays a Soul Ring. Gets a 1/1. Triggers Prowess. Gets a Soul Ring. Goes to combat. Attacks for 3, taking us to 11. So we take 3 and go to 11. We untap Tails. We lose the flip. We draw Brain Freeze. So... we have 8 cards in hand, so I guess we play Mox Sapphire. Pass the turn. Yeah, our mana is pretty bad. Opponent hits us down to 5. We untap. Tails never fails. We win the flip. We draw Frost Titan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, oh, I have a plan. Hold priority. Cast Mox Diamond. Daze Mox Diamond. Refuse to pay. We will not pay 1 for days, no. Play an island. Frost Titan. And we get remanded. Okay, opponent's deck is really good. 1 second, I have to respond to a text message, and then I will continue. So, yeah, we built our own ritual by playing a 0 mana spell, picking up a land to cast a counter spell for free, and then replaying the land. We would love to play first. We can definitely do better than that. This is better. I'm gonna keep. I'm gonna put back. I mean, this is a turn 1 Brain Freeze X7. Classic Swamp High Tide land. Hang on. I could put back High Tide, and then we could just play our hand into a Brain Freeze. I don't know if that's good, but we can. That would be what? 1, 2, 3, 4... 15 cards for half their deck. We probably should hold on to stuff and not just run out of Brain Freeze. Alright, I'm going to put back Mox Diamond. Even though I want to do silly brain freeze things. Here, looters are better if you have no cards in hand. I know, right? Alright, pass the turn. We untap. Draw Lightning Strike, go to combat. Attack for 1. I want you to know that this is our only Singleton Swamp, by the way. Loot away the Lightning Strike. Play an island, pass the turn. Opponent plays a Plains, 2 mana. They play Phyrexian Revoker. Okay, nothing I can do about that. Don't name Black Lotus. Don't name Black Lotus. Mox Sapphire. Okay, that's annoying. We untap. We draw Mana Crypt. Go to combat. Attack for 1. We're probably going to have to pitch High Tide. We draw Mox Emerald. Pitch High Tide. Good night to you too, Deadly Eric. Thanks for stopping by. I mean, we can storm off and mill them for 12. I'm just going to hold on to these spells. I'm not going to play them out yet. Opponent hits us for 2. We go to 18. We draw Volcanic Island. So go to combat. Attack our opponent for 1. We draw Island. Pitch Island. Play Volcanic. Pass the turn. Opponent's turn. They play a land. They go to combat. Hit us for 2. We take 2 and go to 16. Untap. Draw Impulse. Go to combat. Attack for 1. We draw Island. Well, we do have Yawgmoth's Will in our deck, and if we're planning on winning via Storm, I think discarding the off-color Mox in favor of playing a land is probably where we should be. Play an island, pass the turn. We will try to cast an Impulse on our opponent's end step. Opponent plays a mountain, goes to combat, attacks for 2. We're going to go to 14. Two mana for a Dreadhorde Arcanist. You can consider me very afraid. Impulse. Yawgwill, Time Twister, Frost Titan. I mean, Time Twister would be the best payoff. though it's the least likely to resolve. Same with Yogwill. Yogwill would also be really cool, but I just don't think either of those spells are going to resolve. Frost Titan we potentially could play next turn. Like, we could cast Black Lotus, and if that gets countered, we can play Mana Crypt and then play Frost Titan. It just seems like a more rational way to win the game. As cool as Storm is. Because our opponent has a ton of really good counter spells. And like Ancestral Recalls and stuff. Yeah, we're gonna go with the Frost Titan. Rest of the bottom. Untap. We draw Gush. Alright. Perhaps we can do both things this turn. Go to combat. Attack for 1. We're gonna loot. Pitch an island. Cast Black Lotus. It resolves. Cast Mana Crypt. Cast Frost Titan. Opponent has a mana drain. Okay. Float a blue. Gush. Opponent has Force. So replay an island. Brain freeze our opponent. Storm count 7. We mill our opponent for 28. And they go to 1 card in library? No, that's not the right math. We milled our opponent for 23. 7 times 3 is 21. Opponent has 2 cards in hand and 7 cards in library. But our draw 7 and our Yogwill are on the bottom of our deck. Which means we're probably toast. Opponent plays a Strip Mine. Kills the red mana. Opponent attacks us for 3. They're going to flashback Ancestral Recall, and then we're totally just screwed. I was thinking 4 times 7 is 28, and they're at 29. And in fact, it's 3 times 7 is 21 instead of 29. Okay. Well, the Ancestral Recall, they only have 4 cards left in their deck. I mean, how fast can they kill us, right? They ponder. Watch us get Thassa's Oracled. They draw a card. We untap, Mana Crypt. Tails never fails. We win the flip. We draw Chart, of course, so go to combat. Attack for 1. Get to loot. Vendilion Click. Pitch an island. Chart a course. Play an island. Pass the turn. Opponent's turn on their draw step. Oh, we can't click them. Never mind. Leave up Mana Leak. Opponent goes to combat, attacks us for 3. Probably flashes back Lightning Bolt. Yeah. Alright. We're just trying to make them think we gotta click it. Opponent hits us for 3, we go to 5. Play something I can Mana Leak. Make me feel better. That's not what I asked for. By pausing on their draw step and staring at our Mox Sapphire. Indeed. We draw Force of Will. Go to combat. Attack for 1. We just need a targeted draw spell of some kind. If only it like cost 1 mana and drew our opponent 3 cards. I guess we pitch Underground Sea. Well, if we pitch Force, we can Vendilion Click and Mana Leak. Play Underground Sea. Pass the turn. Stop on my opponent's draw step. Vendilion Click them. They have Black Lotus, Mox Sapphire, Soul Ring, and Spell Pierce. Why are we clicking them exactly when they only have 1 card left in their deck? Good question. So if we win 2 Mana Crypt flips here, we win? But we have to win 2. Alright. We untap. Tails never fails. No, we lost the flip! Mana Crypt, you betrayed me! Draw 1,000 Year Storm. I guess we technically have a draw to see if we could find something to answer Dreadhorde Arcanist, though what that is, I have no idea. I guess we could get like Cryptic. 1 draw. Oh! It's happening. So stop on my opponent's upkeep. On their upkeep, return target permanent to its owner's hand. Tap all creatures your opponent controls. Bounce our Mana Crypt. Tap Arcanist. They didn't Spell Pierce it. I needed to float mana before I did that to technically play around the Spell Pierce. We win the match! Oh. Earned it. Moving on to round 2. right. Getting some amazing practice with MTG Powerhouse grinders like Significant Pickle. I did not know that they were a Powerhouse grinder. Nice. By the way, Droid, nice. I'd love to play first. This is a turn 1 looter, which will let us pitch this Kozilek. I'm kind of okay with this. So I'm going to keep. Oh, man. Minek keeps popping. It's horrible. So we're going to start Underground Sea, Mox Emerald, into Luterial Core. Pass the turn. Opponent plays an island. Plays a Mana Crypt into a Trinket Mage. Oh dear. Revealing a Soul Ring that we can't mana leak. Never tell me the odds. Play an island, go to combat. Attack them for 1. We loot. Pitching Kozilek, which gets shuffled back in. We can either try and Vendilion click away Soul Ring, or if my opponent plays it without playing a land, we could mana leak it. I could kind of tell by your name. Ah! What's happening? I hit the wrong button. Oh my goodness. Bring back my Twitch chat. Stop. How do I minimize that menu? Oh, there it is. Okay, there we go. Cool. Opponent's Soul Rings. Who'da thunk indeed. Mind Twist X4. Time for Mana Leak. Are you making a bad guy BB-8 model? That's cool. BB-8. BB-8. Oh my gosh. I should have seen that one coming. Oh god. Go to combat and attack for 1. Oh man. BB-8. Drop island. We'll play Misty. We're going to use Misty to get Volcanic Island. But I think I'm going to click my opponent this turn. Yeah, I'm going to go for the draw step click. And I think we might actually just be able to tempo our opponent out here. Just using Lightning Strike for a little bit of reach, depending on whether or not Vendilion Click survives. That's pretty sweet. Opponent is Mystical Tutoring, so they're going to go get... Ancestral Recall is on top of their deck now. So if I resolve the Vendilion Click trigger on my opponent, they have Kozilek, Butcher of Truth, Baleful Strix. Yep, we're not going to put any cards back. You can keep your hand as is. And they have an Ancestral Recall on top of their deck. That's really cool. Opponent plays a Simic Signet. They can play Baleful Strix to draw Ancestral. I think we're going to just Lightning Strike Baleful Strix so that we can attack with Click, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. My opponent has 8 mana. They're getting close to Kozilek. This also means that Brain Freeze is not a kill against them. Get Volcanic Island because we don't want to draw it. Untap. We draw Frost Titan. Lightning Strike Baleful Strix. Oh, Oz, I completely missed your message. It's not my birthday, no. Baby blue birthday boy shirt. My goodness. I just realized I read your message and then didn't respond to it, and I felt bad. Sorry, buddy. So we're going to hit our opponent. We'll loot. There's a Hull Breacher. Oh, man, I wish we could resolve a Hull Breacher. Versus Ancestral Recall, that'd be so good. So opponent goes to 9. They untap. That's cute. I like that. Opponent loses the flip and goes to 6. Toxic Deluge to wipe the board. Ancestral Recall to get to draw. They're still in danger of dying to their own Mana Crypt, though, and we have Hull Breacher for our opponent's draw trigger off of Kozilek. And if that happens, we can actually tap down Kozilek with Frost Titan and survive. We draw a Mana Crypt. I could just play Frost Titan now. I have a lot of hobbies, so you need to watch your life balance. I feel like I'm in the same boat. I tend to do too much. And as a consequence, not get enough done. Play out a Frost Titan. Oh, they have a counterspell too. Really? Oh. Oh no. We're gonna get Kozilek'd. Alright, so my opponent is an Esper Control kind of deck. Okay, opponent plays Polluted Delta and cracks it. Here comes Big K that we can now do nothing about. We untap, say Tails, we lose the flip and go to 11. Time Twister. Well, play Hull Breacher. Almost didn't do this in the right order. Play Time Twister. Get to wits end our opponent. So now we have Cryptic Command. Seven. We can get up to 9 mana, which is not enough to play Kozilek. I think on my opponent's upkeep, we just tap their creatures and lightning strike them. I'm okay with this. Wow, I could not have tap our opponent's creatures and draw. I could not have hoped for a better set of cards. We find an impulse. They lose the flip, so we lightning strike them at their upkeep. Oh man, that was tough. But we got there. Still having fun. I think this is probably going to be the last league I'm running today. I think this is an okay start. If we draw another Mana Crypt or a Black Lotus, this is going to be a turn 2 Frost Titan. I don't think I have any time for Momir today. I'm actually pretty tired. But we will have to get to it again soon, because probably after the first, I think. Because I think you... Yeah, okay. So play out Looter. Turn 2, we can play Jace the Mind Sculptor. That's good. Opponent plays a Scrubland and a Mox. It's okay. I think opponent Toxic Deluges just to kill Looter. Tails, we win the flip. We draw Cryptic Command. So play an island, we'll play out Jace. And we will Brainstorm. Put back Kozilek Island. Pass the turn. So next turn we're going to draw Island, Brainstorm, then play Misty, crack, and get a land. Opponent is going to play a 4-mana spell. Urza, Lord High Artificer. So Mana Crypt trigger. Tails. We win the flip. We draw an island. Brainstorm. Put back Thousand Year Storm, Kozilek. Play Misty. Crack Misty. We'll get an Underground Sea. Pass the turn. I gotta do more Momir with people that are in my chat, or just other interactive content like that. I've been really neglecting that, I feel. Especially with people that are as cool as Six Sigma. Put plays a Blade Splicer. I'm going to counter this and tap my opponent's creatures. We're at least playing around a daze. Oh, wow. Time Walk. Well, that could have been a lot worse. But we're still losing Jace. This looks like a modern deck. You should have seen the ones we were playing before this. Oh, man. I played against a guy that had multiple Time Walks in his deck, and like other Power 9 cards too. It was crazy. Opponent gets a Soul Ring. Plays the Soul Ring. We untap. Say Tails never fails. Heads, we lose the flip. No worries. Let's see. So we could Demonic Tutor for Black Lotus. Play Thousand Year Storm. I think what we do here is we'll play the island. We'll play out old Frosty T here. We're gonna tap down Soul Ring. Opponent's turn. Nice. Good job. I think this cube that I'm playing right now is some of the most fun that I've ever had playing Magic. Because it's just like every single... What happened? Oh, they spun Urza. That's what happened. Okay. It's like every single deck is just like crazy bonkers. Including all of your opponents. I should play Vintage. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. So Demonic Tutor. We'll go get Hull Breacher. Play an island. Go to combat. And attack with Frost Titan. Tapping Soul Ring. I should play Vintage. I think that would actually be kind of fun. I would always have to play something like Super Rogue, though. Bone Daddy eventually wants me to play Vintage Battle of Wits. But he also wanted me to... that's an awesome droid, by the way. He also, a long time ago, he gave me a Lich's Mirror channel deck that was like really cool. It is something I do want to do. It's a format that's going to take me a long time to learn, though. I will say that. Because I didn't play for a lot of the powerful legacy sets. You know? I don't... I just don't have all of the knowledge from playing from that long. Like, I have really good knowledge of Modern because the card pool was, like, relatively small when I started playing Modern. And then I played it for a very long time, but... Opponent gets in for 5. We take 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If we draw a land, we can Hull Breacher plus Time Twister with Remand backup. Tails, we win the flip. We draw High Tide. I think High Tide works. Play High Tide. Go to combat. Attack with Frost Giant. Or Frost Titan. Tap Construct. Hit our opponent down to 13. Then we play Hull Breacher. Then we play Time Twister. We're going to remand whatever they play. And then we're going to Wits End them. Oh, shoot. I high-tided first. So they actually have 4 mana. Hopefully that's not enough to replay whatever they're about to play. Probably is. Opposition Agent. Okay, give him the old remand. We draw a land. Hull Breacher enters the battlefield. Then we Time Twister. I'm not playing a land because the possibility exists for us to need to go and get our red mana, I guess. Oh, actually I should have played the land because we're going to get 7 treasures. We are not drawing 14 here. We're drawing 7 and getting 7 treasures. Yeah, this can win. I think this can win. Play an island. Cast a Mox. Cast Black Lotus. Gush. Picking up 2 islands. We get a Daze. We can tutor for 1,000 Year Storm and then just Lightning Strike our opponent off the face of the planet. Play Jace. Brainstorm. Put back Island. Did I leave myself enough mana to do this? Oh wait, I don't actually have to crack that yet. Because Underground Sea taps for 2. Demonic Tutor. 1,000-Year Storm. Red. Blue. We can't Brain Freeze them because they have Kozilek in their deck. Cast 1,000-Year Storm, hold priority. Daze 1,000-Year Storm, bouncing an island. Force our own Daze, pitching Looter. Then Lightning Strike them for a lot. Same targets, and opponent concedes. Woo, we're 2-0. Going into round 3. I'm going to restart the game really quick. This will be the last game of Magic that I play tonight, because I am getting a little bit tired. Though we did get through a lot of leagues of Magic today. And I'm really surprised we got to storm off with actual 1,000-Year Storm, which is not what I expected to be able to do with this deck. After seeing it, I was kind of worried. But Hull Breacher getting us treasures was just very good. Absolutely top tier. This deck seems so much better than our last one. That's true. But our last one almost 3-0'd as well, and would have if I got Inkwell Leviathan instead of whatever other dumb card I picked. That I don't even think we played. I should have just taken Inkwell. Too much birthday cake make Big No go zzz. Go snore. Jeez. Too much birthday cake indeed. Not my birthday. Although I did request that my mom make the cake that she makes for my birthday while I'm out here, and that was pretty awesome. Yeah, I think just like turn 3 Flash Hull Breacher into Time Twister is going to be good enough. It's not my birthday, Raylan. Alright, we are going to start with Misty Rainforest to protect our lands from Strip Mine. Yeah, it is. It is absolutely super combo heavy. Okay, untap. We draw Gush, play an island, pass the turn. Opponent. Temple Garden, huh? Are they a non-blue deck? In the winner's bracket? Misty Rainforest, okay. We untap, play an Underground Sea, pass the turn. Opponent plays an island. Just assume they're Storm. That's probably fair. It's probably splashing like Mirari's Wake. Get a Volcanic Island, and we're going to go ahead and Vendilion click our opponent. Opponent mana leaks. Okay, we will not pay for the mana leak. Untap. We draw Yawgmoth's Will. Pass the turn. I want them to tap out and play like a Mana Rock or something. Oko, Thief of Crowns. Alright, well they get an Oko. They make a food. Flash Hull Breacher on their end step. And we're going to hope they have no free counter spells. Untap. We draw Demonic Tutor. Time Twister. Have I consulted the tome? I have not. Opponent is now out of cards. Play an island. Play a Mana Crypt. Play a Mox Diamond. Discard an island. Go to combat. Attack Oko? Steve Menendian wrote a book on Gush? Really? Go ahead and chart a course. Draw a Mana Leak. Play Frost Titan. And Frost Titan, what do we tap, guys? What do we tap down? The food token? The island? Island's pretty scary. We'll tap the island. Elk this. I might have to go back and re-edit this stream and just post it as regular content, because these decks are like too sick to just leave in a stream VOD somewhere. Should have done that with the last stream you were on. Yeah, every deck is going to be a spicy meatball. That's true. Like, opponent's best play is just Elk Frost Titan, right? There's no way they come back from that. Alright, run it back. What did I play last stream? I just remember dying of laughter. Oh, it was a Transmog Titan. The green-red Valakut deck that you just, like, turn 1/1s into Titans. Did we trophy on stream? I don't think we trophied on stream. I've trophied with it before, but I don't think I trophied with it on stream. I just remember laughing so hard that I was, like, incapable of getting enough oxygen to play. Oh, last cube. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't remember what I played then. This is the opposite of a fast hand. It's not a bad hand, though. I think I'm going to keep. We'll see if I regret this. I feel like ramping into the Titans is much better than polymorphing. I don't know. Polymorphing is so fast, though. Like, if you turn 1, Suspend Search, turn 2, Rampant Growth, turn 3, Transmog, it's like you just win the game. Yeah, there's a few of those. I might go back eventually and, like, we'll do some classic Kano. Do I have access to the Amulet Titan deck? I have most of it, but I don't have the... I don't have the 7 mana sorcery land, which is one of the big pieces. Okay, opponent plays an island. 4 mana, they play Jace. Let's respond with an impulse. I think I take click. Rest of the bottom. Force Jace. I think I exile. I either exile Jace or Cryptic. And I feel like with as slow as this hand is, I'm going to need Cryptic. Pitch click. But I can play click next turn. Alright. Yeah, we'll pitch click to force. Opponent has their own force, and now we are in trouble. They pitched Narset Parter of Veils. Then they brainstorm. We untap. We draw a High Tide. I could High Tide out Jace the Mind Sculptor now. That's probably worth it. So I'm going to do that. Play Jace. Brainstorm. Put back Yogwill and Mana Leak on top of Yogwill. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. They path your dwarf and you get sad. That's true. Somebody recommended that I play 3 mana Chandra in that deck for more tokens to polymorph and can like flashback ramp spells and stuff. And I was like, that actually seems like it could be good. So does like Hour of Promise, and there's a few other cards. That was you. I thought that was your name, and it's a different username. I thought that was you. I wasn't sure though. Okay, we draw a Mana Leak. I kind of want to unsummon. Unsummon and then Lightning Strike Jace the Mind Sculptor. I'm gonna do it. Unsummon Mentor. Play Volcanic Island. Lightning Strike your Jace. They Mana Leak, so we Mana Leak their Mana Leak. They don't get a token. We get to keep Jace for another turn. We don't get to Cryptic or Mana Leak their guy. But we get to keep Jace for another turn, and I feel like that's important. Uh-oh. 5 mana. Chat is way behind the stream. Oh gosh, alright. We get a draw 7. Leaking mana all over the place. Hope somebody brought a mop. Hey, we can High Tide into Kozilek. That's a real line. Opponent plays Jace Vryn's Prodigy. We untap. Draw Mox Emerald. So you can play an island. We only get to 9 mana if we High Tide. So let's start with a good old-fashioned Brainstorm. Alright. We can play a Kozilek this turn. So we gotta put back some cards. I could play Frost Titan way easier, but Kozilek refills my hand. Kozilek's only 10 mana, right? Are you saying we can cast 11 mana? Wait a minute, because your hand is full. I'm gonna put Time Twister and an island on top of our deck. Well, I'm gonna put island and then Time Twister. Play Underground Sea. Play Mox Emerald. Play Mana Crypt. Play Frost Titan. Opponent mana leaks, so we remand Mana Leak. Frost Titan enters the battlefield. We can tap down Jace, or we can cut them off of mana. I think I tap down Jace here. Okay, pass the turn. High Tide into remand to Big Brain Kano. Alright, see what our opponent does. Mesmeric Fiend, they get to look at our hand. They see High Tide, Kozilek, Lightning Strike, Gush, Time Twister. They are holding a Mana Leak. Of that we must be aware. And they scoop it up. They cannot beat it, giving us the 3-0. Wow, that's 2 3-0s on one stream. 2. That's a new record. Open up a treasure chest. We get 5 play points. The Jeweled Lotus Treasure Avatar. A Rejuvenating Springs promo. And an Asperia the Inscrutable. Thank you all so much for watching. Thanks again to Deadly Eric, Logan Cole Rose, Noxon19. For all, Logan Cole Rose and Noxon, thank you for cheering bits. And Noxon and Deadly Eric, thank you for gifting subscriptions and subscribing respectively. Thank you guys all so much for watching. I had a great time. This was a wonderful stream after a hard day at work, and I feel a lot better than I did when I started. So I want you guys to know that you're all wonderful human beings, and you make my day brighter every time I get to stream for you guys, and we get to hang out and just chat. It's a good time. It's just like spamming all of the commands right now. You guys are rad. I could have 3-0'd all of those. You are correct. And I picked that Inkwell Leviathan, so. Alright. Good night, everybody. You're all wonderful people, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!